I'm going to discuss a very interesting and a good book. And the book is You Can Negotiate Anything by Mr. Cohen. See, this is kind of a book which everybody should possess and must read. Very, very important because, and I'm going to take a little longer. This video is going to be a little longer here because there are so many points to be discussed in negotiation. And the negotiation is very, very important. The author says, are we negotiation conscious or not? What it means that you should be conscious the entire world is a big negotiation table. You negotiate with your children, you negotiate with the shopkeeper, you negotiate with your salary hike, so you negotiate with your partner. You are negotiating every day. When you are influencing or trying to influence somebody, that is negotiation, right? So negotiation is happening every day and day out. Negotiation is happening when your child says that I want this kind of toy, and you say that you bought a toy recently, then he negotiates with you for various reasons. So negotiations are there every day, every time. You should be aware that you are in this negotiation table. You need to know a lot about it. With that, I will just start. The author says, my worst negotiation was the first negotiation. And just try to see, I'm going to tell what the author has written. He says, I was sent to Japan for some important negotiation from US. And, when I landed in Japan, they gave me a red carpet welcome. The minister itself came to receive me. And, there was a secretary who was kind of allocated to me that this is the person because you have a language problem. So he'll kind of communicate with you for everything. And then he said that, sir, please tell me what is your plan because we have so many beautiful things which I need to show you. We have important meetings and guests and dinners. So tell me, when are you going back from Japan? He said, I'm going back on Tuesday. Fine. Oh, that's a short time, sir. Can you extend the time for Thursday, Friday? Because I have a couple of things. No, I cannot do it. I have a meeting with the senator there on Wednesday. So I can't afford to go later than Tuesday. That's it. That is exactly it. That pithed him. He is committed his deadline. His deadline is Tuesday. So negotiation has to finish before Tuesday. So they got that point. Now, once they got that point, they kept him roaming around. Let me show you a museum. Let us show you the volcano mountains. And they took him around and did not talk anything about negotiation at all. Till the last day when his flight was in the evening, the negotiation started at 10 a.m. So now, because his other end is tied, he says that I made the worst negotiation ever. Because they got that information that when are you going. So that's one very, very important part is time and knowledge, information. Now the author has given a couple of important aspects in his negotiation stuff. One is power. Now, once is power means that you should know what power you have, and secondly, what the power the negotiator has. Somebody sitting right across your table, what power that man has. Now, if you're talking to a salesperson, he may not have power to give you a discount. Once you ask for a discount, the sales manager very quietly would point a finger towards a display which says no discounts offered, fixed price. That's it. His job is done. He doesn't have power. Powers were with the manager, and a limited power with the manager, and maybe more power with the senior manager. So you need to talk to the person who has power. So must recognize who has power. Then, secondly, you also must have power to negotiate. You may not be a powerful person, but you have to create power sometimes. What do I mean by creating power? Become more powerful. How can you become more powerful? I give you an example of Chanakya. Chanakya went to had an important thing from the king of one of the states, and he tried to communicate with him, tried to meet him. Then he wasn't an important person. He was a monk, so he was not allowed to meet. He goes to a place and he rents a kind of an apartment or a sarai, and he doesn't have anything with him, just the clothes what he is wearing, and that's it. And then somebody asked him, why have you come here? I need this place for at least 7 days. Say, why do you need this big place for 7 days? I have very important things to do here in this state. Fine. Then he says, call all the people or a property dealers which has about 1,000 acres of land. And I need this specified land. Now 1,000 acres of land means that you are powerful person. Now this information reaches the minister. Minister comes and sees him and asks him, why do you need this 1,000 acres? No, I can't share that with you. That is very secretive. I don't think so. If I share my idea, I would go out and I would lose a lot of money. So he becomes more powerful. Now minister goes and tells the king that there is some monk who doesn't look so financially, has some brilliant idea which he is not sharing with me and needs about 1,000 acres of land. King gets to know it and calls the Seth, calls Chanakya to his palace. That's what he wanted. So you become powerful. You first become powerful, or you show that you are powerful. So that is rule number 1 when you are negotiating anything. I'll give you an example of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi broke that law of salt. And he didn't do it in first years. First 5 years, first 2 years, first 3 years. He didn't do it. It took him a lot of time. Why? He was building up his power. He went to jail, became more prominent. He actually opposed a couple of things, more popular. By the time was to tell the British government that if we are not obedient, you cannot rule us. So very first step he did was the salt law. He broke the salt law, and that is the time when he had a huge crowd, and that crowd was willing to be canned, to be beaten up by the police and not saying anything. So he built up his power to reach that stage. If he had not built up his power, he would have not reached that. So build up power is something very, very important. Rule number 2 is knowledge. Knowledge. Now I give you an example. If somebody comes to me, I would ask the person, hi beta, how are you? What are you earning? You take a general information from the person. He tells you that December is our sales closing, and by December we are given certain targets and have to meet. So I'll ask him, have you met your targets, or you still, no sir, I need 2 or 3 more equipment orders. So and this is November, and I won't get my increment unless I meet the targets. He's given you a lot of information. That information is useful. Now he is in a position to give you a good price talking to the manager, or he'll ensure that you talk to the manager and deal is done because his targets are completed. It's a very important piece of information. So you must know that. Then the time is the constraint. Like the author went to Japan. Now you are going to stretch this negotiation till the end of December when he has a limit. So now say, okay, I want to see demonstration of the equipment. Show me a demo, right? You get the equipment here and I need to see it. So obviously that takes about a couple of days, then equipment comes. Then in the process, when I'm asking for a demo, my information goes to a senior manager and to the country manager, maybe, if I'm buying a bigger equipment. So now everybody in the line knows that I am potential buyer, and everybody has their own targets and want to achieve those targets. So now this thing reaches the country head, and I waste their time taking a demo. Then I take another time to decide. Now imagine this company has invested time and effort on me. I am at a better position to ask for a discount. So once you're negotiating, remember it should be a win-win situation. Never go for win-lose situation, because that way likelihood of other person saying no is more important. For example, there is a Russian way of negotiating. Russian way of negotiating is, just for a vague example, I'll tell you that this small piece of land is worth $1 million. The Russian way of negotiating is, are you willing to take 30,000 for this? 1 million, 30,000 is a huge gap. Now, if you are asking for this big gap, the Russian style of negotiation, there is a likelihood that you might lose the negotiation, right? So, pitch in a different format of negotiation rather than just win-lose situation. I was supposed to buy the floor tiles for renovation of my clinic. So the person, my driver, knows negotiating is just not money, it's buying the right thing for you. So he knows that I would go to two or three places where I'm sure I'm not going to buy, because they are small places, but I'll get information. He'll tell me, this tile, you go and see the reviews, and these are the bad reviews, so don't buy this tile. This is not, I have this one, and you can buy this one because this is better than other one. And he'll tell me lot of details, how the tiles are made, what are durable, something like that. So I have collected information from 2 or 3 places before buying those tiles. I go to a place where I'm actually going to buy. It's a big showroom, right? So I have all the knowledge. He knows that you know everything, and you end up getting the best price for you and the best tile what you wanted to buy. So another step 4, make your negotiation personal. Yes, in business, make it personal. Imagine you are negotiating with somebody, there's a lady sitting in front, you are negotiating something for some other reason, and the lady breaks up in tears. What is the likelihood? What are you going to do? Is it likely that you'll give up whatever you have, or you would end up giving him what she wanted or what she had to negotiate? It's highly likely, because he's created emotional on you. Remember, create positive personal emotional involvement, because that helps you negotiate, right? When you are negotiating, then you must not look at the demands of the people. You should look their needs. I give you an example. For example, my son wants to go to a mountain area for holidays. My wife wants to go to a place where she can play tennis. These two things cannot happen in the same location, so you are stuck. But you dig deep down to find out your choice of your wife is not the tennis. She wants to go to a place where there is a lot of facility of swimming and it's a warm place. Correct? And why the son wants to go to the mountains? He wants to go to the mountains because he would like some fun and thrill and activity. So now you choose a place in Colorado where you get both swimming pool and fun kind of an activity, and everybody is happy. So remember, Do not look at the demands of your person you are negotiating with. Dig out, spend time to find out what are the needs, what they basically need from you. So, unless those needs are met, it would be a win-lose situation. So, once you are able to fulfill their needs, it would become a win-win situation. Everybody is willing to give some part away and keep the larger chunk so long the needs are met. I think that's what it is. And in this context only, because for negotiation you need more of information. In this context, I would tell you, would you like that know the personality of the opponent sitting across your table? Yes. If I know what he is thinking, my negotiations are going to be better. Correct? Yes. So there is a book which I am going to discuss the next time, Managing People. Then I would tell you something about behaviors. There is a wonderful book called Predictably Irrational. Correct? See you in the next book review.